when Kirk first told you you were going to be starting this week?
Yeah, it meant a lot. And all the stuff that I've worked for and the trust they have in me, and it means a ton to be able to be a starter at Iowa football.
Coming off that last game, what kind of confidence and momentum do you take out of what you did against Northwestern and maybe carry that forward?
Yeah, it goes both ways. You got to take the confidence and take the things that you did well from that game, but also you kind of got to forget about it and move on because this is a new team, new game, and being a starter is a little different than coming in halfway through. So take both from it.
It seems like you bring a lot of energy onto the field. Is that kind of what you try to do? I mean, you're out there jumping around, you're down blocking for Pascuzzi on the big. I mean, just describe your love for football and the energy you try to bring.
Yeah, it's something how I was raised. How my dad taught me to play the game is with full effort. Give all your energy, all your effort, and control the controllables. And that's what I try to do out there. I feel like that does bring a little energy and makes it a lot of fun.
Brendan, have you had a moment to reflect a little bit within the last 72 hours of just being at Northwestern, where you're kind of off and on as the starter, and then hitting the portal, and then ending up here, and then getting your first meaningful snaps between the 20s? Have you had a moment to really think about and reflect a little bit on the journey?
Yeah, definitely. I think after the game, sat down with my family, had some food, and just reflected on my time at Northwestern and how much it meant to go out there and get the win against them after what happened, transfer portal and all that stuff. So, it was an amazing feeling. Definitely something that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. But, excited to be on to this week and be a starter this week for sure.
You named the starter, which maybe was a goal you wanted to get here and play. But now is it kind of like, hey, no time to relax? Like I got a job to do, a business to take care of. Is that kind of the mentality now?
100%. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. There's no foot on the gas. Foot on the gas from here on out. Got to keep getting better. We got a lot of goals for this team and for this season. So got to keep trying to attain those.
I know you and Kate are close. Since you were named the starter, has he had any big advice for you? Anything he's told you? Anything that he's any wisdom he's imparted? I guess.
Nothing in particular. I mean, he's always going to be in my corner. He's told me that, and so he's told me he's got my back, and so I appreciate that from him. I'll take any nuggets from him I can get. He's a smart football player, and just anything from him I can get out there, I'll take it.
One of the main things you bring to the offense is obviously your athleticism and your running ability. Kind of describing when you're out there and a play kind of breaks down, what are you seeing, and is there a moment that you think like, hey, I can really turn this into something big with my feet? And how do you decide when to do that with your feet and get out of the pocket and move?
Yeah, it's all about timing. If I get through my first couple of reads and I'm feeling like I'm off timing, or I feel like something's breaking down in the pocket, then I'll try and get out of there and look to pass first. See if there's guys going downfield, breaking coverage, and then try and use my feet as the last resort.
This will be the third season where you didn't start the season as a starter, but you're coming in to start a game. What's important to be able to come out and perform in that type of role, in that type of setting?
Yeah, the role of backup is to be prepared in all circumstances, and so just being able to go throughout this season, preparing like I'm the starter, has kind of helped me to get to this role now, and hopefully to play to the best of my abilities.
What's the Wisconsin game mean to you? I mean, this is a team you've probably played before, and it's a rivalry game for Iowa. Anything in particular about this rivalry game that stands out to you?
I mean, just like any Big Ten team, they're a tough team, gritty team that plays super hard, fly to the ball. So it's going to be a tough game, just like any other Big Ten game. Every win's hard to obtain, and so that's just kind of what I've seen on film so far.
Am I remembering correctly that Wisconsin was your Northwestern debut?
Yeah, it was kind of the same situation as the Northwestern game, but yeah, that was the first kind of game I played in. Yeah.
What kind of do you remember from that?
Not too fond of a memory. We lost pretty big, so hopefully we can switch that around at a different program.
What was your recruiting process like in high school?
Yeah, so I had the whole MAC conference, and then I was kind of narrowing that down, and then Northwestern came in the picture late, and I committed to them right away.
Were they your only
Power 5?
Only Power 5. Did you feel like, did COVID have an impact on your recruiting process, you feel like?
Yeah, I think so, but at the same time, I think everything happens for a reason. I think I went there for a reason. I also didn't play quarterback too many years before my junior. My junior was my second year playing quarterback in high school, and so that kind of had an impact too. But yeah, I'm happy for how it all worked out.
Going back to the Northwestern game, did I see that you were kind of chirping on the DBs after your touchdown?
Yeah, I mean, just laughing with them. Those are guys that I basically became a man with. Just spent 3 years with, and I have a lot of memories with those guys. So it's just kind of surreal. See them in the end zone, I'm scoring for a different team, and almost reminds you of like a high school game. Every single guy across from you. So that was a lot of fun. It was such an honor just to share the field with those guys.
Who were some of the people you talked to after the game? I mean, I saw a lot of one jerseys coming up. Were those all family members, parents, uncles, or who did you talk to after the game?
Family-wise, it was my whole family. My older brothers, they had my jersey on. My girlfriend, my mom, my dad, my little sister, aunts, uncles, friends and family. So yeah, there's a lot of people there to come and support.
What's your phone look like after a game like that? Do you check your phone? Like how many text messages? Just messages from friends, family.
Yeah, it got to a certain point. I had to shut it off for a little while and just kind of enjoy time with the family. Something I'm definitely not used to, but got to get used to it now.
Does the mental preparation change this week? Just knowing you are listed as the starter, not having to wonder when you're going to get in, but this is your job for the moment.
I think just having more confidence going into it is the biggest thing. I'm preparing the same. I mean, every week I've tried to prepare like I'm the starter, and so I feel like that part stays the same. Just trying to have a little more confidence going into it that, okay, I'm in this position for a reason, and I'm going to do what I got to do.
Asked Logan about you don't often see a quarterback dump off to his tight end and then immediately outrun him to start lead blocking, and he was like, yeah, that's the play that stood out to me. I guess I don't want to ask why you do it because you're obviously helping the team, but what goes through your mind in that moment? You're taking off. I mean, obviously putting your body on the line, but obviously shows that you're a leader. Just what does that say, about yourself?
Yeah, I think just the way I was raised, my dad taught me the game to play with full effort, full confidence, and then just control the controllables. And so that's something I can control is helping my guy get more yards, and that's going to help the team out. I'm going to do that every time.
Did anybody critique your blocks?
Yeah, Coach Barnett came up to me and told me I got to finish it next time and then go on to the next guy. And so I'll take that with me and hopefully I can do that next time.
Brendan, as part of the reflection process, I guess if you could look back to maybe some of those lulls or darker days at Northwestern where you weren't getting the snaps, maybe you felt like you wanted or deserved, or entering the portal, I guess what would you say to younger you who was going through some of that stuff now that you're here?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think just continue to have faith in God. I think that's been the biggest change in my life that I've made these last couple of years, is just putting all faith into Him. And I think that would have helped me out through those tough times, because there was definitely some tough times. So throughout this process, I've just put my full faith in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and I think that's just carried me through this whole thing, and it made me a new man that I am today.
It looked like you had a moment after the game. I mean, you talked to a lot of Northwestern guys, but I think there was a number one on Northwestern who you had a particularly longer moment. I don't know if it looked like maybe you shared a prayer with him. What did you guys say to each other? What was that moment?
Yeah, Cam Porter, he's my best friend. Someone I spend every day with. We train together in the off season, and late nights, early mornings together. Always talking about our dreams and our ambitions. He's someone that was a leader in my faith and in my life, and we got baptized together. And so after the game, he's one of my best friends, so we just said a quick prayer together, and because we were both each other's biggest fans, so I wish nothing but the best for him, and that was a cool moment for us.
What was it like kind of